Yeah, hello, hi. This is my support animal. First time trying this out. Um, I wanted to share what I did this week. I hope that you enjoy it. Uh, yeah, I'm nervous. I find this adorable. I like leaving little knickknacks on my desk to just look at that. Look how cute that is. It's adorably fantastic. Anyway, so what I did this week. This is for myself, personal diary, and this is also so that I can um I don't know, just so that other people can see it. Like, people keep asking what I've done, and it's just easier to put it all in one spot. I got some lo-fi playing in the background. If it's too loud in future videos, I'll turn it down. So I made these bookmarks. I got the fabric from Goodwill. So they're a bit chunk, but I kind of like them. I did it by paper, ink, and there's another paper underneath so I could fold in the fabric so it doesn't look like shit. Um, they're really sturdy. I actually like them a lot. There's several of them here just because I was like, well, I have this. This is all scrap paper too. Like, I didn't. This was scrap from a different project. No. This wasn't scrap. This was cardboard from, um, like a popcorn box that I just cut down and inked. Because, come on, you can't really tell that that's a popcorn box. Maybe if you like rip really tiny or look in between the lines here a bit, you could tell. But I like it. It's simple. It reminds me of like old style bookmarks. And it was just a set of like frog fabric. I got at the Goodwill for $4. This isn't even all of it. There's enough to make like a good 20 or 30 bookmarks, but so I made these. Um I also set up this. This is also scrap paper. I had this large grid paper I needed to cut down to turn into just fodder basically for other pieces. So this was the excess of the large grid paper that I turned into these cute little notebooks, you know? And I hand sewed well, bind. I didn't really say sew. Hand binded it myself. They're cute. I added in a little pocket to the front. This is when I was having fun with some watercolor pencils and stuff. I just colored in some bunnies. It's free images, like free coloring pages, and then, yeah, little bookmark I made also from the scraps that came off from like when you cut this part. It's just a little note card. And I made 9 of these with my excess paper. Again, paper I got from Goodwill. I buy a lot of my stuff, you know, reuse it. But that's one. There's another. And another. They're really cute. I love the different bunnies. I think this style is probably my favorite because I just love this paper. This paper I originally got for a different project. But it was on sale. It's like junk journaling meets like a little notebook. I was thinking about adding this onto a junk journal in the future or something. But those got done this week. I found another thing this week at the Goodwill that I cut out. It's these guys, and there's also a frame. This is half of it, but the other half didn't come out well. I didn't like these too much. I saved them because it's ephemera. I can just add it to a page later. And but knowing me and how I do things, I decided I needed to make a project out of it. So I grabbed a bunch of this is another thing I watercolored. So I grabbed a bunch of scrap stuff and pulled out some of my cardstock paper. And I got a bunch of these left over that I'm just gonna throw into junk journals here in the future. But I made a bunch of them. And then I made these. Again, I used like my colored pencil watercolor here to get the design. It's more prominent like on this one. I really like that. And this is just a book page from a from a song book. And then I did this to the front of these, and then on the back I used some of my dyed paper. To dye this, I think I used beets originally. You get a really good color from beets and stuff, like that pink ruby color. And then I just put one on the back, so like there's the front. There's another one. I put different people on the back. Oh, these are different, a little bit different. Some have this, but they all use that pink paper. And then this one uses, you see a little mess up there. It's fine. Again, this is probably going to be put in a junk journal or put off to the side with one. But isn't that really pretty? And that's all it took. And this is actually the punch out that came from this. So while I was punching these out, I was like, wow, that looks good. I should use that to make a note card. So I made a note card. You know. These are probably my favorite thing I made this week. I got the punch out. It's a Tim Holtz punch out. I also got from Goodwill. I only spent, I think, a little under $5 for it. Came out really good. I'm happy to buy those when other people don't want them anymore. Someone's trash is my treasure. I also had to do a couple old projects this last week that have just been sitting around and needing to be done because there's always projects. I'm gonna pull them over real quick. These are one's a figurine and two are treat jars. They were just sitting around for I want to say a couple years now, and I was just like, nah, let's get it over and done with. So we have this one, which is the sassy pink reindeer. Painted it myself. I was having a lot of fun. I was thinking at first to make her like a cutie pie, but after I did the eyelashes, I was just like, nah, the sass needs to be turned up. I think she's pretty. She's probably going to go. Also, you can see like there's a little furring I did. Add some texture to it. Probably gonna go to a friend. There's a bit more of the fur texture. I don't need it. You know what I mean? And then the next thing I did, this was another one I made for a friend. We have the head here. Come on, this is adorable. The antlers or the horns are actually purple on this. They're not black. That's why they look a little off. But the colors represent the people that it's going to. It's going to a friend's household. Favorite colors there are purple. I don't know why it's coming up blue. Purple, orange, and red. So. And it's supposed to be like a mug and a Christmas tree cookie. But instead I was like, no! Kaiju mode. It needs to be a house with a tree. And I did that with mine too, because this is my favorite. And you can barely see the difference, but there is a color difference here on the paws. The paw pads actually match the nose here. But the reason why they're so different is because it's lighter versus dark background. I think it came out really well. I had to use Poscas for the eyes because it's just a pain. I don't have great paints or paintbrushes yet. That's one of the treat jars. And this one I already added. I added mint lifesavers already because that's usually my go-to sweet candy easy pick. This one is the one I made for myself. It's very simple. It matches my Fursona colors. Fursonas. Furries are becoming cool again, which is nice. Again, I did the same thing with the little house. But look at the little paws. They're so cute. This one I did paint the bottom fully, because just how I like it. Now, last thing I worked on was, I've been working on a junk journal. Off and on. Wait, I need to insert clip, because the media player wouldn't work on here, so I'm just going to give a moment to explain something that I'm not looking at right now. We're working on a new campaign for D&D. I'm playing with the dog in the background. And I was just testing out Canvas Kings for a few. I'm planning on making some maps to sell in the future. people need maps. I know how to make maps. Might as well. I work with my partner that is also like kind of a DM. They're trying. They're still a little, you know. They need confidence is the word I'm looking for. Um, and then to end it, I'm gonna pull up something I've been working on for a little bit now. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I worked on this week? Not really. It doesn't feel like a lot, but when you're working on it, it does. Like the painting took almost a whole day for each of those treat jars, and then sealing the reindeer took quite a bit of time. So this is the current junk journal I'm working on. I actually have its twin in a different spot. I basically had the same paper cut out enough for 2 junk journals. So I've been working on this week. I had most of the cover done prior to this week, but I added in all the cover pieces and bound it this week. I also inked all the pages just to have a base, you know, to go with. I know it looks messy here, but I'll explain. So this is it's like the 12 Days of Christmas junk journal. I have to put these in eventually to just space them out through the book, because I like having them spaced out. And then I made these long bookmark pieces that people can write on. I actually added in lines to the back, so people can write on it, have it as a bookmark, put it somewhere else in the junk journal. I don't care, enjoy. Then I have these pieces that are, I actually do this myself. Like, I'll show you a clean card, one sec. I have a little filing cabinet here I pull my stuff in and out of. So I have this deck of playing cards I use. So this is what it looks like before I distress it and stuff. I take my pair of scissors here, and I do the cut lines. I obviously ink it, and then I have this. I had a spare one of these. I bought a set of these, but I still use this one. I love the crystal files, just because it's easier for me. And then I just filed around to scuff it up. I have one for my fingernails, but I only needed 2, and I got 3, so yeah. I know I can just de-stress the whole set of cards, but sometimes I'm looking for a specific mood or design. Then I have one of these question world trivia cards. We've got some of these. These are what year? 1984 on those. I think this is the same. Yeah, 1984. Do they both say Whole products? No, one says Trivia Sense Inc. And this one says Hoyle, Hoyle, or Hoyle, I don't know. I don't freaking know. But I inked all this week. Just prepping things to go into the journal. Another page prepped up. This is a bit of a mess, but it makes sense as it goes into the junk journal. All of this will eventually be in there. And I have some of these washi stickers I cut out a while ago from a washi booklet I'm planning on putting through the book. I'm trying to find a spot where I've already put them. That's not one of them. I actually need to add one there. You know what? Before I forget, you're going to join me live while I add one of these. Also, I always use, like, this Fabrifix stuff. It's probably one of my favorite glues. Why don't we add this one? This one's cute. I'm very big on adding in cute stuff. A bunch of little trivia things and such. I actually bought a large box of trivia cards that were old that I use specifically for junk journaling. I usually add 3 or 4 per junk journal. Look at that. That's adorable. I love that. Look how cute he is. Look how cute that is. So we got... Should probably show some of the pieces I've done already. I have this piece which has a hidden card, a hidden page. It's gonna have a couple more things. I'll probably end up showing it again next week, because I'm obviously not gonna finish this all in 1 week. It takes me anywhere from 2 weeks to a month to finish even a small junk journal. So I did a bunch of these altered paper clips. I had 4 made for this junk journal, because I think that's all I'm gonna need. And then that's 2. This one I messed up on a little bit, but that's fine. And there's 4. It's okay to mess up a little bit. And this is another piece I put together, stamped the sides. I made these envelopes a while back. I just broke down a bunch of excess. There's another playing card, trivia piece there. And that's the inside. It's really cute. Couple inserts here as well. Like, I know the light's being mean to me, but it's free at the end of the day. And I would much rather use that. Maybe in the future I'll become more conscientious over the light, but right now it's fine. More pages with nothing on them. Like this one keeps folding over. And then this has put it more in the middle. This one has like multiple writings, so you can write here, right here. This actually pulls out. There's 2 of them. You can write on the backs of both of those. This one also pulls out because I thought it was funny just to add that little, you know, because it goes with this. Got plenty of writing back here. Oh, I made this card. This card was actually kind of difficult to put together. Isn't that cute? This is just a this is just another set of large playing cards I got a while back. Inking the doilies was no fun, man. I put it in this so far. This part's not done. None of this is done. There's another pocket here I put in. Another 2-part pocket here I recently put in. This one was fun to make. I'm in love with the face of this guy, and we'll do a close-up. Like, look at that. Look how cute that is. Trying to think, is there anything else I added to this? I know I added something to the backs. Okay, so I added this pocket. It's obviously not done. I want to add a couple more pieces to it. I might add a guy. Probably gonna add most of those near the end of the junk journal, just so I know where I want to place them. And this is the back. I actually have 2 pockets ready to go here. Like there's one right there, you see. It's not ready yet. This is the beginning stages. I've only spent a couple days on this. Like I said, I've been busy with other stuff. On top of that, I've did like household chores. So many. I'm the main person in charge of most household chores. Like I watch over the dog. I do the dishes. You know, I don't have work because of chronic pain and PTSD, but anyway, that was it. Just a quick little explanation. Look at him. Look how cute he is. I'll probably have a different plushie most weeks. This one's one of my current favorites. I have him nearby all the time. Maybe next week I'll use a Deddy Teddy or something. If you have questions, leave a comment, I guess. I don't know. Ciao.